For NY Syracuse.com, this is Matt Parrino. I'm joined by Ryan Talbot, and we're making our way through the top prospects of this 2019 class to try to figure out who are the potential possibilities for the Bills at number 9. And next up is right tackle Jawaan Taylor out of Florida, absolute behemoth of an offensive lineman. A little bit raw coming in after 3 years. Ryan, what are your impressions of Jawaan Taylor?
The first thing that jumps off the page when you watch him, whether it's film of him or whether you got to see him when he was playing at Florida, is he kind of plays a little bit of a mean streak. And I think that can be a good thing. I think that's exactly something that Buffalo's offensive line can use, especially with a young quarterback. You want offensive linemen that are going to stand up for your QB. I could see Jawaan Taylor being that type of offensive tackle, and he's definitely up there in terms of being the best offensive tackle in this draft class. There seems to be a lot of talk between Taylor, Jonah Williams, and Andre Dillard, but they each do certain things well. But Taylor is a good fit for Buffalo. I think he's also very strong in pass protection. That was an area where they were weak last year.
Mm-hmm. I think that there's a lot of upside with Jawaan Taylor, and you want a guy that you can mold, that you can set in a spot for 10 years and know we're set there for the foreseeable future. And Jawaan Taylor accomplishes that, but at the same time he is a bit raw. There's some issues with some penalties, a lot of quick moves, and that can happen for a guy still developing. But that's definitely not something that, with a second-year quarterback in Josh Allen, I think you want to necessarily add to the equation. But, the upside is obviously there. I read that some scouts said that during his meetings at the Combine, there were some questions about where he is from a mental perspective in terms of breaking down film and understanding the game. So that could be something, too, that, if Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott met with him, and those concerns were there, that could be another kind of sticking point for them, especially with this first-round pick.
Yeah, and that's why these teams do their due diligence leading up to the draft, whether, it's at the Combine, whether it's pro days, pre-draft visits, private workouts. These are your opportunities to meet with these prospects and get to know the ins and outs, and where Brian Daboll probably already knows what Jonah Williams is like in terms of film study, knowing that here's a guy that has a spreadsheet of different pass rush moves that were tried against him or that he saw in film. Not every offensive tackle is going to be like that. So where Taylor is, who knows? Probably not as advanced as a guy like Jonah Williams, and that's why, like I was saying, these top 3 offensive tackles in this draft class each have their own little areas where they maybe excel more so than anyone else. Where you look at Taylor and you say, okay, this guy is meant to play tackle in the NFL, and some people say Jonah Williams would play more of like a guard position. So that's what you meet with these prospects about. You want to meet with them. You want to see where they're at. Yeah, as you pointed out, there were some false start issues with him during his career. But he also, like I said earlier, plays that mean streak. He has really good movement for a guy his size. So I could see why the Bills would be interested in adding a guy like that in the first round.
And at the same time, I do bring up some of the red flags, but for a guy like Jawaan Taylor in a class like this where there's so much depth on the offensive line, it does say something that he is the first offensive lineman on a ton of mock drafts. So he's definitely a name, to keep focused on, because if he does fall to number 9, you're talking about a guy with, it's the cliche term, but, rogue grader potential, a guy that could really add another dimension to this run blocking of the Buffalo Bills, this offense. You look at last season, LaShawn McCoy, Chris Ivory, Marcus Murphy, nobody really got it going in any stretch of time. And you throw a guy like Jawaan Taylor on the line, and that could change.
Oh, absolutely, because then all of a sudden you have I guess a surplus of quality tackles, and that maybe gives you the option of moving Dawkins on the inside and truly getting your best 5 players out there. And that's a scenario where I think you would see LaShawn McCoy bounce back big time in 2019. And, I think Frank Gore would be able to find those running lanes. And if there's a rookie that they add in the draft this week, another guy that could come in and do well. So there's nothing wrong with solidifying your offensive line. I know Buffalo is very active doing that in free agency, but if they get to pick 9 or if they trade down an offensive tackle, is their top player available? I don't see a problem doing that because, again, you're doing everything possible to build around Josh Allen, not only short term but long term.
Guys, we're almost there. The NFL draft coming. We'll have a bunch of player breakdowns in the next couple days. For Ryan Talbot, I'm Matt Parrino. Keep it locked on NYUpSyracuse.com for all your Bills content.